Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have an amazing video here. Finally, it's taken a while. I was actually working on another video about a timeline after the 40-day warning, and then, man, iPad Goat, Heliofont, that made iPad Goat and put out iPad Goat, put out another very short video that seemed to be, it was very strange. It was 39 seconds. And then I immediately went and looked at that. I was putting together a big video about the 40-day warning, starting my timeline after the end of the 40 days. And then it looked like that was the way to go and everything. And then when I was watching this new video that came out from Heliofont, I was going through some of the different things that said. It was really a voice that said, it was a girl's voice that said, "Yeah, I cannot hear." And then I did Gematria on that, combined with the other stuff I was doing, and I couldn't believe what I found. I was just very stunned by it, and I'm altering completely what I'm doing, and so I had to scrap. And I was about to put out that small video, which still took me hours to put together, and a few days since that video was released by Heliofont. So then I had to scrap that and then do this, work on this one here. So anyway, I'm going to explain the whole thing here for the most part, I think, on what's going on. So we have a 40-day warning from this eclipse, okay, that just happened here a few weeks ago. So 40-day warning. And the 40 days, I think, now I could be wrong, like I've said a million times, but it could start after the 40 days, but it looks like what I found, and may have cracked this code completely, but we'll find out here in the next day or two, basically. It might start on May 1st, which when I'm doing this video, is 2 days. So, and I'm going to show you why I think that right now, but we'll see. It may be later in May, after the 40 days, that's when it starts, but we'll see. Okay, but I got to throw this out there. I had to spend a couple days on this. I just, got to put this out there. I've only had one other time, the whole time doing this, when I did something early, and of course that wasn't it either, but I'm hoping this is, right on. So, and I may have completely unlocked this code. It's phenomenal what I'm going to show you. It's just absolutely off the charts. The biggest code break I think I've ever experienced and done, and the proof's in the pudding here, and then the proof's in a couple of days if all this stuff starts, so we'll see. Like I showed in the last few of my videos, the sign of Jonah, this was the sign of Jonah in the sky, basically, with two different eclipses in 2017 and 2024. And I explained that in my previous videos. So if you haven't watched some of those, they have this kind of icon here. One that doesn't have the undeniable evidences cross in here. It just has the background there with the sign of Jonah. And then this one as well. Look at my past videos, and I bring some crazy evidence. I mean, even tying it to Matthew 12, which basically goes through what the sign of Jonah is, when Jesus says what the sign of Jonah is. Those add up to the exact amount of days in between the two eclipses in Gematria, those two verses. It's just crazy. And many other things. And I'm proving it left and right that this is this. Now it's just a matter of, is it all going to start just before the 40 days, and then the 40 days kicks off the tribulation, or is it, starting after the 40 days, and then we have the timeline and then the tribulation? So, but let's go through what I have. So again, I have to go through the rule of Kalel, anybody who doesn't know this, and a couple other things. To preface this video, the Kabbalistic rule of Kalel states that the one digit can be added to or subtracted from the gematria value of a word without affecting its value. This seems to modern ears to be a cheat. However, the Kabbalists explain the rule by pointing out that for them, one was not a number. The monad symbolizes the divinity and could come and go as he pleased, adding nothing and taking nothing away. Okay, so that's important to understand. On Gematria, you can take one away or add one. I rarely ever, I pretty much don't add one. That really seems like a cheat to me. But taking one away, that's not a big deal to me. If I can't prove it without adding one, then I won't do it. I'll take one away, it makes more sense. And then, there's a number of reasons for that, and I'll share that with you in a second here. Also, I want to mention here that, again, for people that don't know, 0 is hiding O. always it's either zeros nothing, and you use it's just used as a place marker, or when you're adding stuff, it adds another another digit to the length of something, or it's hiding O, and O has a value to it. Okay, of course O is 15, or 1 plus 5 is 6. It's either 15 or 6. Okay, when you use an O. And example of that, we've been predictively programmed in most of our lives to say O instead of 0. So if you're going to room, like you say you're in school, you go into room 101, you say 101. Most people don't say, unless you're in the military, 101. I'm very precise. I've always been. Even before I knew about this, I would say 101 just because I like to be precise, and because I know it's not an O. But most people don't realize what they're saying. They say 101 or whatever it might be. Let's say there's let's say, the Hawaii area code, which is 808. A lot of people say 808, and that's how it goes, So I grew up in Washington State, and it was 303 or 303, but everybody would say 303. Okay, and that's just how it was. So, anyway, that's just absolutely crazy. So, just so you understand these two things right now. Okay, so this is massive here. Teshuvah. So back in 2017, let me just read what this little article said. I clipped a little piece out and put it right here to see what this article said back then, and I was following this since then. This whole thing, even just before then, I knew about the eclipse that was going to come in 2024, but I thought that was going to be into the tribulation and all this stuff. And it was, who knows, but I knew it was massively significant. It was obvious. It was crossing out the United States, so many things. So Teshuvah is, in this article, was this year. Teshuvah begins at sundown on Monday, August 21st, the same day as the solar eclipse in the U.S. This is not a coincidence, this person is saying. So Teshuvah means repentance. So it's the 40 days of repentance. What happened in 2017 was, if any of you remember or know, we had the eclipse happen on 21st, and then there's 40 days of Teshuvah, and it just happened to start exactly on this day. Well, that's just a massive coincidence. Yeah, right. And then we had 33 days later from that, in that 40 days, was the Feast of Trumpets, up to the end of the Feast of Trumpets. It's like 21st, 22nd, 23rd, or technically 22nd, 23rd, whatever, and it ended there. So then, but plus 7 days. Okay. Oh, by the way, that was the Feast of Trumpets, or the up to this end of the Feast of Trumpets exactly was September 23rd, closing out the civil year in the Jewish calendar, the fake Jewish calendar, whatever. And that's Revelation 12 sign as well. So that's a big deal. So 33 days, the eclipse, the Revelation 12 sign, and then from there we have 7 days, and that takes us to the day. That took us to the Day of Atonement, September 30th, and that's God's judgment. So people had in that year 40 days of this whole year, at the end of the year, to repent, and if they didn't, God would judge them. Okay, so it was all a model of what's coming as well, and at this time. Okay, so now we go to this eclipse, and we have 40 days later, and that's May 18th. And I thought of several things about May 18th. I'm not going to get into those exactly right now. One real quick is Mount St. Helens blue. Mount St. Helens, because I grew up in, like I said, in Washington State. When I was 7 years old, I remember looking up in this. I was almost 7, actually. I was 6 and something, almost 7. I looked up in the sky, and I saw this massive cloud that just seemed to fill the whole sky. And I was kind of in the coast in Seattle, and I could see it looks like this massive mushroom cloud. I mean, bigger than even a mushroom cloud you could imagine. It looked like a massive mushroom cloud. I mean, it was, and I knew it was scary. It looked scary. It looked like it was going to cover the whole earth. It was incredible. I mean, and imagine a 6-year-old, almost 7-year-old seeing this. It was just very ominous. And then after I thought about it, I'm like, well, that would be a better symbol of the beginning of the tribulation itself. It could mean trouble in this timeline, but then when I thought about it more, it would be the beginning of tribulation. Makes more sense. So here we go. So and I saw some stuff in this other video that this code just started unraveling for me, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I think it's my 16-day timeline is within the 40 days. So here it is right now. So April 8th, 40 days later, in a sense, it's a 40 days of Teshuvah, okay, in a sense, because it's balanced on the other side with the other eclipse of the actual 40 days of Teshuvah, okay? And then this, by the way, this is the spiritual side. This is the spiritual year. This ended the spiritual year, and the April 9th began the spiritual year. The other one, the Feast of Trumpets on that last eclipse in 2017, ended began the civil year. So that's not a coincidence either. They're exactly on the beginning and end of the spiritual, and then this, or that was the civil, this is the spiritual year. That's not a coincidence. It's crazy. It's very balanced, very amazing. So you go, boom, you got 40 days here. That takes you to May 17th, May 18th. Why May 17th or May 18th? Because May 17th, if you include the day of April 8th, and then you add 39 days to that, you get May 17th. If you go from April 8th and you add 40 days, you get 18 days. Now, this is important. God does this in the Bible, and also the enemy does this all the time. They include the day or just add to the day, either one. And so they have that 1 day play, 1 or 2 day play there. So it's huge for a number of things. Plus, we're all on a 24-hour time frame around the world. So one day in one part of the world could be the next day in the other part of the world. So it's all this stuff. It's most of these events are a 2 day thing I've shared many times. So, and they're coded that way. That's a 2 day thing. So it's just so you know, and if you don't know that. And then there's the tribulation here. So let's keep going here. Okay, so then from here, if you either include the day or add or include the day, it's 23 or 24 days, basically to this point right here. And then you have the 16-day timeline from here to there. Okay, what is that? I'm gonna get into it in a second. And then, by the way, my 16-day timeline, my new renovated and ready to go timeline is pinned to the top of comments now. And I've added things like, the destruction of the complete annihilation, the ruination, the ruinous Damascus turned into a ruinous heap. And that looks like that's going to happen same time the United States is attacked, and that's in the Gematria of the name. And also, I've done all kinds of stuff on the scriptures that describe Damascus becoming a ruinous heap. Like, for example, Isaiah 17:1. It's crazy. I'm not getting into all that because there's so many things I could have gone into, added to this, but it does take me another day or two, and then we're already to the timeline. So there's just so much. I had to just stop at some point and then present what I have and have some kind of store or some kind of thing I'm trying to share, these ideas, but there's so many other things I could share. It's crazy. So again, pinned at the top of comments is my timeline. Check that out before, if you don't know that, or no one has seen the brand new one. So check that out. Pinned at the top of comments on this video. Okay, you go to the just top of comments, there it is. And then again, that's May 1st. So you have the 23 to 24 days right here, May 1st, and then the 16-day timeline. And then this starts the tribulation. These are the 17th and 18th are the first days of the tribulation. Okay, May 1st. May 1st is huge. I mean, that's May Day. May Day, we're going down. May Day, May Day. I mean, I've covered this for years, how May, and I'm finally right. I think I'm finally right about this. We'll see how everything plays out. But I think I'm finally right because all this stuff in May, the 5s, the 4s, the different things having to do with May have been in so many things. It's so crazy. The 5 is, oh man, it's incredible. So let me keep going here. And then 23 is made up of 5 and 18, and 24 is 24. There's a lot of these little subtle things built into everything. I know some people might think it's no big deal, but it is. 23 is 5 and 18, and then 24 is, this is how many days, you include the day or don't include the day or don't, and this breaks down to the day this starts. It's crazy. Also, May 1st is hidden in 519. I've seen 519 or some version of that, 915, or upside down and backwards 615 or 65. There's a movie about 65. It's called 65 million years ago. Hardly anybody saw it, but it's all over the place. I've seen these 1,000 times, and these versions here so many times. And then also 519 is not only hiding 5-1 or May 1st, it's also hiding 5 plus 19, which is 24. The year all this stuff goes down. So you have in 519, it's not only the day May 1st, but it's also the year. So that's another reason for that being massive, what 24 really is, and what 23 is 518. There's so much to this I can get into. Anyway, so let's keep going. So on the bottom here, I'm going to put what happened in 2017. Again, you have the eclipse on August 21st, 33 days later, Revelation 12 signs, 7 days later, Day of Atonement. And then on the top, to balance, to show you how this works, on the top, I'm going to show what's happening this year. So we got the eclipse, 33 days later, is going to be, because the Revelation 12 sign is the rapture, it represents the rapture of the faithful, the man-child. Okay, the man child, the MC. Again, first letter code, man child, MC, right? M is 13. C is 3. That's 133. 133rd day of the year is May 12th. We have May 11th right here, and then we have May 12th is the other day. It's a 2-day process. The tsunamis that hit the United States on both coasts at the same time, right before that, the man-child's taken up, and also around that time, it's on the same days, depending on what what time zone you're in. It'd be the 11th or 12th, and then lightning falling from heaven. Barack Obama, Satan's cast out from heaven, and then Satan is like a lightning bolt and comes down and strikes Stinky B.O., the 44th Prez, Barack's insane Obama's body, comes back to life. Okay, so that is. But again, it's so crazy. Man-child. And what's crazy, too, about man-child, I didn't throw this up here, but when I'm just thinking about it, and that's in the, it says in Revelation, talks about the man-child. Again, man-child is M. That's how the English was decided to be translated on purpose. So MC is 1, 3, and 3, 133, 133rd day of the year, only on a leap year. 133rd day of the year is the May 12th. Otherwise, 133rd day of the year would be May 13th, and that doesn't fit. The 13 doesn't fit on the. It's a numerology of 4 or 13. It doesn't fit with the. Only 11 or 12 does, and that fits perfectly. And then the last letter code of man-child is end of man is N, and child is D. ND is 144, the 144. It's crazy because that's when the man-child is the 144, and it's in man-child. The in man-child is the first and last letter code of the 133rd day of the year, May 12th, only on a leap year, and then the 144 leaving. And that's the faithful. It's just crazy. This is all stuff in numerology, either good or bad. Numerology is just general because it's the numbers, how numbers work. And then it's good or bad as far as who's behind it and the heart behind it. So that's exactly happening there. So that's a symbol of that. So that's exactly 33 days later. And again, this is why I was told by someone in Freemasonry, high up, who was a 32nd degree Mason, they try to achieve the 33rd degree. They worship 33 because this is when it's from the eclipses. Both of these from the eclipses are when this is their time. They believe this is when the Antichrist is going to be born. 33 days later. Isn't that crazy? That's why they worship 33. Okay, even when you get back here on May 1st, okay, that's 23. Okay, I did put that in here. Right here would be 23, and a 24/23, like what I just showed you earlier. The 23 will back here. 23 right here. 23 would be to the first. Yeah, I showed that right over here, right? 23 is what Obama wore as. He wore 23, and again, he's the Antichrist, and he's the 33, and he's had a 23. So did Michael Jordan, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, or the God of all things. That's what GOAT also means. Or King James, LeBron James, one of the greatest ever as well. 23. It's all about, and then that's 23 days from the eclipses. This eclipse is May 1st. So we got 33 and 23, massively worship numbers on their side. So it's crazy. And then 7 days later, it would be May 18th, the beginning of of judgment or tribulation, and that completely aligns with Day of Atonement or judgment. See how that works? It's crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to show you about this, look down here. The Revelation 12 sign was the 266th day of the year with 99 days left over. You go over to April 8th. That's the 99th day of the year with 267 days left over. See, they love opposites. This is exactly opposite. What do they share? They share the 99. Okay, now over here, this is why this balances so incredibly. Then over here we have August 21st in 2017 was the 233rd day of the year with 132 days left over. Now what's so great about how this makes May 11th just incredibly balanced here is that May 11th is the 132nd day of the year with 234 days left over. So they share across this way the 132. This is crazy. This is perfectly balanced. It is amazing that this would symbolize this because this is opposite of this, and this is opposite of this. It's so incredible. This is so perfectly balanced, and the 33 and so many other things. Okay, I'm going to share more things. But we're going to get back to that in a second here too. And now this is, as far as 511 goes, the birth of the man-child, I was given all kinds of heads up about this in my life and my family because the Lord was showing me in several things that happened to me that 5/11 was some major event. Now, it could have been coded for like 5/29 or something else, possibly, or it could have been November 5th or 5th of November, whatever. But I didn't know. But it seemed to be more possibly 5/11 because my birthday's on 5/29, which is 5/11, and it could have been 5/29. I thought also. And then if this ends up going out to later, and if it ends up being after the 40 days, then the rapture day will be on my birthday. So it's just crazy how that works. So I don't know yet, but it looks like it's favoring before the 40 days, so during this time frame I'm showing you, okay, right now. So what happened was my wife was pregnant with twins, and we just found out a few months before they could be born that we had twins. And we were just elated. We're like, twins? What the? Wow, that's crazy. We did not expect that. We didn't think we'd have twins or anything like that, of course. And then, so I'm thinking about twins, and it's on my mind and everything. And I had a driving job. I had different clients I would pick up and take different places and everything. And so, I never, ever when I drove, either just personally or, commercially or whatever, did I ever just check out license plates. If it was something that was usually right in my face, or it was a personalized one that I saw right in front of my face, I'd see it maybe or whatever. I'd never look for them ever, just never did. And if I ever would, I wouldn't see anything. I mean, there would be nothing there to see anyway. So what would happen was God would direct me to something. Any of you that know how He works, how the Lord Jesus works, He'll direct you to something, make something kind of stand out. So I'd seen this. So I'm driving, and this is, maybe a few days after I learned that we had twins, and it was a few months from when they're going to be born. And by the way, friends and family were saying, we were all trying to guess when they're going to be born, and I had no idea. The due date was going to be like in late April. I think it was like April 28th or 29th or something like that, if I remember, which is crazy because it's now April 29th. So, now that I think about it, it's crazy. I think that was the expected due date or something like the 29th or 28th or something like that. Maybe the 29th. I can't remember exactly, but it's right in there. And then I'm thinking, I have no idea, right? And then I see this, the Lord and I'm like, 5/11 out. And it was just like He was just telling me, this is important. I'm saying something to you right now. And so I'm like, I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're going to come out on 5/11. Oh, wow. I was like, what? That's crazy. So I just held that in the back of my mind, okay? And then it was a few weeks later, maybe even a month later, and it was probably like a month until they're going to be born or something like that. No, maybe a month and a half until they were born, something like that. But it was a few weeks probably from this. I can't remember exactly, but it was some time. It's a couple weeks probably. And then I'm driving, and all of a sudden I see this. And I could not believe it. It was 2/11/5. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, are you what? Are you saying, Lord, that those two will come out on 11/5 or 11/5, 5/11 out? The two on the 11th of May and 11 or whatever? Or are you saying something else, whatever? And I just got this impression that it was going to be 5/11, May 11th, and the two were coming out. I'm like, what? So what I did was so then when I was talking to relatives and friends and stuff, everybody was guessing when the due date would be. And so I said, everybody said roughly around the end of April sometime, beginning or end of April, and then, or right in the very beginning of May, I said 5/11. And then they came out on 5/10, and they came home. Then we came home with them from the hospital on 5/11. And then I remember when we came home with them on 5/11, the Lord said to me, it's all about when the twins come home. It's all about when you come home. And the twins means, and the Lord gave us these twins for everything, for me to share this for years. Because on 5/11 coming up is a 5-year anniversary. They'll be 5 years old. And that's grace. He gave us grace during this time of 5 years to tell us that this is what's going to happen. It's the birth of the man-child into heaven, and the other twin is the evil twin, the Antichrist, born from Satan, fallen from heaven, being cast out of heaven to the ground, and is the man-child, is the Antichrist being born to the earth, okay, on 5/11. Okay, and I'm not saying my twins, one of them is evil, one of them is good. It's just a symbolic. In fact, when I looked at them in a, what do you call that? we did a 3-dimensional image of them inside the womb. We weren't going to do that, but this guy just offered to take, I'll give you some 3-dimensional images for free. I'm like, okay, well, great. And then I literally shared that in the past on one of my videos or 2 of my videos. It looked like, the way they're formed, it looks like a yin and yang, and one looked darker than the other. It was just crazy. I was like, what? And, and it's about the birth together of the dark and the light. That's what that's about, and it's just crazy. And again, it's just symbolic. I'm not saying my children are good and bad. They're just different, and they're different in different ways. Some are good, some are bad in different ways, whatever. But it had nothing to do with that. It's just symbolic of that. Okay, so anyway, and then I just recently decided to think about it. I'm like, oh, well, I know every time he shows me something personally like this, there's so many layers in it, and the more you unpeel the layers, the more it's just more trippy. And so I didn't even think about, at the time, for some reason, thinking about what the medium was that he was speaking to me on, which was a license plate. In fact, it was a Colorado license plate specifically, like you see right here. 2 of them, and that's what they were, and how they relate is crazy. That's just impossible. If you think about how possible this is, to have these 2 that somewhat relate, and then the subject matter and all that stuff, I mean, it's off the charts impossible. That proves that God is working in situations and communicating in all kinds of different ways. And are we listening? Are we watching? Are we whatever? And a lot of times people are too busy or too cluttered in their mind to think and hear or see. Okay, so license is phenomenally, license is 122, which is the 122nd day of the year, which is May 1st, only on a leap year. Okay, and then, again, May 1st, only on a leap year. And then plate is 5-4, or May 4th, the first attack day, which is exactly 5-4. It's crazy. Okay, and you're like, oh, that's a coincidence. But it's only 5-4 on a leap year, and that one's only 122nd day of the year on a leap year. Well, I mean, wow. I meant to say, okay, 122nd day is only on a leap year, not 5-4. Whatever. Okay, so that doesn't matter what year it is. Okay, anyway, that's not what I meant. Okay, but then also license plate, when you put them together, is 121, which is normally 5-1. Okay, and it's also Antichrist. Okay, so this is telling me a lot. I mean, this is telling me it's this year, and normally it's 5-1. So it's saying 5-1, 5-1, but it's really emphasizing this one because it's crazy. This is what the Lord's doing. It's crazy. And then 121 is exactly English ordinal for Antichrist. So in a sense, the first day, the birth of the Antichrist. But this is the day it starts really, because it's normal. So they can use both meanings, but they both mean 5-1, but ultimately it's the one on the leap year. I'm saying it's just crazy. It's crazy. And then it's a Colorado license plate, so it's 133. I shared that with Manchild. MC is 13.3 or 133, which is the 133rd day of the year, only on a leap year. 512. Again, you saw on the license plates 511. Well, they have to show 512 also, or he's showing 512 also. 511 and 512 are the 2 days of the tsunamis and the Rapture and things like that. It's crazy. And then altogether, Colorado license plate is 204 or 24. So it's, which even more emphasizes the leap year, which is 24. So it's 512, which is a leap year, and it just happens to be 24, which is a leap year. Colorado license plate. See how he communicates in so many different ways, so many different levels, and we just know or pay attention. It's crazy. And then I want to bring back, I took a screenshot of a video I did a couple years ago in May because I wanted to bring this back. And so then after those license plates, and then we had the twins, and then it was sometime after that, I really felt led to look into a friend of mine was talking a lot about Strong's numbers, Strong's concordance. And there was a relationship between some of these numbers and messaging God was trying to say about things. And I'm like, I kind of poo-pooed it. I'm like, man, maybe, but who knows, whatever. And then I felt really strongly that to be led to go look at the Strong's concordance numbers for 511. I just felt really strong. The Lord was saying that. And even though I didn't really believe that was much to it. Well, that changed. I know there's something to it now because when I saw what I saw with this, I was beside myself. I was like, my mind was blown out the top of my head, down the street, around the corner. I was like, what the heck? So 511 is this Hebrew word, Elquana. Okay, Elquana is 511, and that means God has taken his possession. So anything that he, had loaned out or whatever, that he takes it. He takes his possession. That's what 511 means. And that's in Hebrew Strong's. And we know there's also, people that know about Strong's Concordance, they know there's also Greek, because Hebrew covers the Old Testament, and then the Greek and, and like the King James covers the New Testament. So all the Greek words in the New Testament. So 511 in Greek is anoteros. Anoteros is Greek. And what does that mean? That means to a higher place. So literally, when you put both 511s, and if that is May 11th, God has taken his possession to a higher place. And I love how it says it in the past. He has taken, like someone's looking from the future to the past. God has taken his possession to a higher place. And that blew my ever-loving mind. What are the chances of those two coming together to make a full phrase? And it's all about the rapture, and it's 511 and all. Yeah, I got goosebumps right now. I mean, it's just crazy. I still got goosebumps. This was years ago I got this. More than 5 years ago. What about 5 years ago? Well, a little less than 5 years ago. Anyway, so here's the whole thing right here. I just showed you all this stuff. So I don't know how to make it. If I make this too small, it's hard to deal with. Because I do this on a phone, believe it or not. I mean, a big phone, big Samsung phone with a pen and everything. But it can look kind of cluttered here a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of some of these descriptions here right here for right now. Still have the details of that. And I'm going to show you something here. Now, in the eclipses right here, the days left over are something phenomenal. I was blown away. Again, this starts the 33 days, right, to here. So in this eclipse, the days left over and the days left over right here are phenomenal. I'm like, what the heck? How's this possible? So this is hiding 26 plus 7. 26 plus 7 is 267 days left over. 26 plus 7 is 33. And then this one right here is 132, and that is 1 plus 32, which equals 33. And that's a massive... See, I see the subtleties in all this. Some people might go, yeah, whatever. That's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence? I don't think so. They're both 33, and from that point, it's 33 days later. It's not on the Revelation 12 sign in 2017, but the man-child on May 11th. And these match across here, and these match across here. I mean, are you kidding me? If you see the symmetry here, it's God. I mean, it's God. Symmetry. God. I mean, are you kidding me? Seriously. I mean, if you don't... I don't know what to tell you if you can't see this. I mean, I'm bringing more. Okay, so anyway, here's all of it together. So anyway, let's move on. And then even in numbers in 518 and 5-1 and all this stuff, they're in so much numbers. There's so many numbers. But remember, 518 is at the end of the 40 days. As I've shown, from April 8th, 40 days later is 518. Well, it's programmed into so many things. Beginning the tribulation, whether it starts my timeline and then the full tribulation, or beginning the actual tribulation, okay? And then my timeline's before. But 518's everywhere. I mean, I could do a 3-hour video just on 518's hidden in everything. There's 518's hidden in all the gaming consoles. PS3, PS5, the latest one. The Wii, WII is $23.99 or $5.18. It's crazy. The Wii, Sega is hiding 518. I mean, any game systems I can think of in the past. Super NES. I mean, SNES. I mean, it's all this stuff. It's crazy. That's one subject that came to my mind. And those go to millions, hundreds of millions of people have used all these consoles and everything, and all in them are 5. Oh, by the way, Xbox is 5/18/2024. Look at it. It's 5/18/2024 Xbox. It's crazy. Anyway, I didn't have time to throw all this stuff together. But 40, in the word 40, how would that be? And look, 40 is the eclipse day. Backwards, see? So 40 is 8/4, which is 4/8, the eclipse day of April 8th or 8th of April. And in this is what? 5, 18, 2, and then the rest of them is 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 14. Now watch, so we're going to take 5/18, 2, and 1/4, and we just switch the 2 and the 1 right here. So you have 5/18, 1/24. So it's either 5/19 or it's hiding. If you get rid of this 8 and 1, anything you add 9 to is the same, so you can get rid of this 8 and 1, and that's 5/1/24. Or with the rule of color, you can get rid of 1, that's 5/18. It's crazy. Okay, let's get, even in days, like 40 days, right? Days is 5/18. 18 is 1 and 8 is in 9, and then right here, first letter is 23. Boom. 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 8 is 18. 10, 18. Boom. 2 plus 6 is, and plus 2 is 10, plus 8 is 18. 518 in days. 40 days is 518, 518. Okay, it's crazy. And then look, we had this last eclipse on April 8th go through basically 7 Ninevehs. 2 completely with 100%, but then other ones outlined, but still were affected by the eclipse. 90s, most of them in 90 percentage, and then this one's like 87. But all these Ninevehs, and by the way, these are only Ninevehs in this path. There's no other Ninevehs in the United States, which is something. It's crazy. So Nineveh is 77, which is something. Anyway, 77. Anyway, go and get into that right now. Okay, so we got 5, 9, 1, 4 plus 5 is 9. 20 is made up of 20 and 2. When you say 22, you say 22. Listen, when you say 22, you're saying 22. See? And then 5 plus 8 is 13. Let's keep going here. 5, 9, 5 and 9 come down. We're going to switch the 9 and the 1 right here. Still have 22, and then 1 plus 3 is 4. What do you see right here? We have 518 plus 1, 2024. So we either have 5-1, May 1st, 2024, and then get rid of the 8 and the 1, which is 9, because anything you add 9 to stays the same, and get rid of that. So we got 5-1, which begins my timeline, 5-1, or we go 5, and then really close, take away the 1, and that's 518, beginning of the tribulation. Either way, we either is 5-1 or 518. The way I'm seeing it right now, that begins some form of tribulation. Get it? It's the 5-1 would begin some minor tribulation compared to the major tribulation, but it's still horrible. I mean, we're talking about the end of my 16-day timeline. We're talking about nukes going off in 23 cities. It's the climax of the whole thing. It starts off, and I'm going to show you what it starts off with. I'm pretty shooting in the video, some of it. But look at my timeline, pinned to the top of comments, and you'll see all of it. You'll see all of it I'm predicting. Okay, it'll start kind of slow. It'll get build, and then, crazy. 23 nukes gone off in 23 cities, United States. Boom, the United States is over. Babylon destroyed in 1 hour. What could destroy Babylon in the United States in 1 hour? Nukesels. I say it that way because I don't want to be flagged or whatever. So, okay. And then we have also in that one in 2017, we had 7 Salems. Again, not exactly on the eclipse, but there's 7 Salems. Okay. Crazy. Okay. And Salem ends up being 8-5, which is 5. 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 1 is 18. And then we have this again. Wow, what a shock. 22. When you say 22, it's 22. And then we have 4, 518, 2024. Is that a coincidence? Heck no. Heck no. That's what it's saying. In fact, in the word 7, because there was 7 Ninevehs and 7 Salems, the word 7 is 51824. I didn't put that on here, but it is. Now my timeline. Okay, now, again, I'm going to show some of these because I don't want this to be a long video because I want this to be shared, hopefully, and seen quickly and all that stuff, so I could share a lot more. But I'm going to show you how this code works that I think I've broken. And we'll see what happens on May 1st going to May 2nd because some of the stuff on May 1st might not be reported till May 2nd, okay? But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, it could be later in May and after the May 18th. Okay, we'll see. Or May 18th begins the pre-day. We'll see. I don't know. I'm thinking I may have broken this because watch this. This is so crazy. So we're talking about a red heifer that looks like it's going to be sacrificed very soon. And all the research I'm doing and everything, it looks like it's very soon. And it could be May 1st. And this is why I'm saying this, because it's all in the numbers. Now watch this. Now what do you have right here? Between these two, you have 9. These numbers down here is what these reduce down to. Of course, 5 plus 1 reduces down to 6. And 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 6 is reduced down to 9. So together, these are very commonly, and I'll show it here more as well, but I've showed it many times in the past. These two together make the eclipse date, usually month and day and year, month and day and year, or the full amount. You'll see. But we have 666 also. Heifer equals 666, which is crazy. Okay, but we have 99th day of the year. Or when you put this, reduce one together and that together. Or when you add 306 to 666, you have 972, which is 9, and 7 plus 2 is 9. 99 or 99. And then the eclipse was on the 99th day of the year, only on a leap year. Okay, boom. Now we have, sorry. So we have the eclipse day plus, and this is backwards, plus 24 days equals May 1st. See and I'm going to show you a bunch of these examples, and I have far more. I just don't want to make this a long video and make it short and sweet, and hopefully get you the point. Okay, now look, red heifer. Okay, red heifer again. See this? This is both eclipse days. The eclipse days in two forms. This is the 99, like I showed you here, 99. Take away the 0, 99 day of the year, and then we have 468 or April 8th, and then 6 is 2 plus 4 or 24. April 8th, 24, which is the 99th day of the year. Then you go from here, okay, right there, and then we're gonna make this 3, and then see it's all about what's hidden in these numbers. Okay, and then 6, remember 0 could be 0 or O, and O is 15. So we have 6 and 15 is 21, 21 plus 3 is 24. So this eclipse in two forms, eclipse plus 3 plus 21 or plus 24 equals 5-1. 7 plus 8 is 15, or the 1st of May. I mean, this is crazy. This couldn't work out this way if there wasn't something to this. The eclipse day in two forms plus 3, 6, and 15 is 24 equals May 1st. Eclipse day plus 24 days is May 1st. I mean, come on. Okay, and then we have the red heifer sacrifice. This full man. So I have heifer, the red heifer sacrifice. I mean, watch this. Again, we have anything at 9 Tuesday is the same, so we can get rid of this 9. We have 4, 8, 24. 1 plus 1 is 2. 4, 8, 24. Get rid of the 0, get rid of the 9. 4, 8, 24. Okay? Or individually, we have 4, 8, and then 9 is upside down and backwards 6. By the way, I've shared many times that the look at 9 and 6 is the same. Or you take this whole thing upside down and backwards, you literally have 8, 6, 4, or 2 plus 2. You do this all upside down and backwards, and it'll be 8, 6, 2, 2, or 4, 8, 6. Again, that's 4th of August, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, or 24. 4th of August, 24. Then you add 24 days to this eclipse, and you get May 1st, only on a leap year. The eclipse day plus 24 equals May 1st, only on a leap year. And then for good measure, they show you, oh, there's the normal May 1st. So we're shooting at we're saying May 1st. May 1st normally, and then May 1st on a leap year, because in exactly 24 days, it's exactly 24 days from so this is exactly the eclipse on the exact month, day, and year. Year is 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, or 24, plus 24 days is May 1st. And you got to include this day. You include this day, and then 24 days is May 1st. Absolutely crazy. Okay, it just keeps going. It keeps happening. Kamala Harris is going to replace Biden at some point, and I'm saying it would be on the first day, and I've said this for years, okay? And it just happens to work out that way as well, again, by the numbers. Okay, again, we have 1, 2, and then 7 plus 2 is 9. 1, 2, 9. Now, 1, 2, 9, 198 is 1 plus 98. 98 is normally the eclipse day of April 8th, but on the only on a leap year it was 99th day of the year. So 1 plus 98, or 198, is a symbol of the eclipse, because it's 1 and 98. 1 plus 98, or 98. But this is another one of those examples. It's 1 plus 2 9s. Sorry, not 1 plus. It's 1 and then 2 9s, or 1 from 2 9s. So, for example, rule of Kalal, I could take this 1 away, and it would be 2 9s. 2 9s is 99. 99th day of the year, only on leap year, is this eclipse that just happened a few weeks ago, okay? Or you include the 9, it'd be 1 from 2 9s, which would make it 98. And so normally the April 8th is on the 98th day of the year. So that's how I know. The way they've encoded this, they've encoded these things some different ways. 486, 189, 198, 129. Those all mean the eclipse date, and I just explained some reason why. So, okay, then you go. This is 6 plus 7 is 13, 2. 6 plus 7, 13, and 2. Okay, and then you just keep reducing that. Okay, and then that also equals 1 plus 3 is 4, 2. Okay, see how that works? So you're compressing numbers. You compress or decompress to get to the things they're hiding. So 6 plus 7 is 13, and then we have a 2, 13 and 2. And 1 plus 3 is 4, and then we have a 2, 4, 2. But that's backwards. So the eclipse day plus 24, or 42 backwards, 24. And then we have 1, 2, 2. Again, just switch the 1 and the 2. You can switch things, move, and even put stuff upside down and backwards, or switch a digit or whatever. That's how this works. So the eclipse day plus 24 days just happens to be the 122nd day of the year, only on a leap year, May 1st. Or how, let's look at even more specifically. Look at this. Kamala Harris becomes president. So what do we have right here? We have, first of all, we have the eclipse day right here of 4, 8. This is 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. 4. And then right here is an O, hiding an O. And O is 15, which is 1 plus 5 is 6. Or 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. So 4, 8, 24. And then this is 2 plus 8 is 10 and 32. Or backwards, 23 plus 1. 23 plus 1 is 24. So the eclipse day plus 24 is 122. Is 122. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I didn't put anything. I just left the 122 just like it is. Okay. I thought I put May first on here, but it's 122. See, 122. So it just happens to be that the eclipse day plus 24 days is 122, the May 1st. I don't think so. Okay. And then even this spelled out. So she becomes president on this first day, and even the idea of her replacing Joe Biden is right here as well. And what's this? Boom. This is 3 plus 6 is 9, and this is hiding O and O. Zeros are really O and O, which is 15 and 15, or 6 and 6. Then turn that upside down and backwards, and we have 99 of 6, or 99th day of 6 is 24. Okay? And then we have 17 plus 7 is 24. And then we have May 1st. Look at that, May 1st. I mean, are you kidding me? The eclipse day plus 17 plus 7 is 24 is May 1st. I'm telling you, this is crazy. How does this keep happening? Another event I'm saying will be on the first day. Again, check the timeline for all the first day events and all the other day events. But China invades Taiwan. This is incredible. Again, right here, what do we have? We have 189. 1, 8, and 5 plus 4 is 9. 189. So backwards, it's 98th day of the year plus 1. 98th day of the year normally is April 8th, but plus 1 is 99. April 8th this year on leap year is 99. That's it. Plus 17 plus 7, 24, equals what? 7 plus 8 is 15, which is 1st of May, backwards. Crazy. See how this works? It's crazy. It's exact amount of days. When you include this day, exact amount of days to this thing on all these events. And I've been saying this for years, including stuff. Now we're going to go to 5-3. That was 5-1. Now, once the events, there's some events on 5, and that's as far as I'm going to go on. I'm just going to 5-3. And these are the first major events that happened before the first attack day of 5-4 and 5-5. And I'm going to also share something here on 5-11, 5-12, about the Rapture and stuff like that, and the tsunamis or whatever. But I'm not getting into any more right now, because it would have been a much longer video, and I would have probably put it out tomorrow, the next day, or who knows. Okay, so hiding, and I've shared this many times before in previous videos. When I found this, I couldn't believe it. Hiding in Ukraine is an anagram, and it's Nuxels Ray. Ray is a town in Ukraine, and they're going to Nuxels it, and there was all kinds of predictive programming of this, going from Chernobyl to blah, 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 numbers like crazy, movies, TV. I've shared how there's several Rays, guys named Ray, with explosions behind them, or even movies with a character named Ray, a female or a male named Ray. Like Star Wars, there's a female named Rey, and there's a crossing of sabers for the X, and then there's a Rey. It's so crazy. It's so many things. I don't get into right now. And then we have first and last letter code of U is 21 and 5, and E is 5. First and last letter code is 21-5, or 21 is 2 plus 1 is 3, and 5, 3rd of May, or May 3rd. Okay, in Ukraine, and then that's Nuxels right out to prove it in different ways. I've already shown videos where many things are predictive programming of this happening there, but I'm adding more here. So in Ukraine is literally right here. So we have upside down and backwards is O, and then 99. Turn this upside down and backwards. You have O 99, and O is, remember, is 6, and hiding 2 plus 4 and 99. So the 99th day of 24. And then we have, what do we have here? We have 4 plus 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4 is 26. Okay. And that's just adding 26 days to the eclipse day. You literally get, again, O is 15. So So you have 15 and then 1 and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, or 3, 5, or 5, 3. So it just happens to be that from the eclipse day in 24, add 26 days, and you get May 3rd. It just happens to be that way, and that's exactly the Gematria of Ukraine? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, and then Zelensky, goodbye, Zelensky. When do we say goodbye to Zelensky? Again, 660, 9924. 99, upside down and backwards, turn this upside down, you got 909, or 99, and then O is 6. 0 is hiding O, O is 6, and 6 is made up of 2 plus 4. So 99th day of 24, and then we have, boom, like this. See that? 5, 8 plus 5 is 13, really, but that's backwards. Okay, and then there's a 2. And it doesn't matter, actually, even if you just did 13. Sorry, I don't know why I did it that way, but that's 4, too. So, again, that's backwards 24. So the eclipse day plus 24. Wait, no, that's not right. What did I do there? No, I did something. No, that's not right. There's another. Okay, I messed up here. I was thinking it was 24, but it's not. There's some other combination. I messed up. So I messed up on this one. Okay. It's supposed to be 26. There's another 2 or 3 in another Gematria. So I didn't have this right. I messed this one up. Wow, I haven't done this in a long time. Long time. Okay. Wow, or I've even caught it. So it's, yeah, it should be 20, something that was 26. And it's, yeah, it's not here. But it's in some other Gematria. I found it. But anyway, whatever. Moving on. It's right in here. It's crazy. I got more here. I got more stuff that's going to blow your mind, literally. So remember when Russia invaded Ukraine, there was all these vehicles going into Ukraine, and they had this stupid Z with this inside a square. Z inside a square, and Z inside a square for a long time. And I knew this is significant. I knew it was significant for when some big events were going to come down the road, but I didn't know what it was. Now I do. The Lord's making it super clear to me now what it means. So square plus Z, or square in Z and square is square plus Z. Square is 486 and 40, reverse, forward and reverse is 486. Again, 46 is 4/8, April 8th, and then 24. April twice. And then Z is the 26th. There you go, right there. See, there it is. And then Z is the 26th letter of the alphabet, plus 26. So we got the eclipse, plus 26. This means 26 days from the eclipse is 5/3. Exactly. Bam! That's when they're going to blow up. They're going to nukesels, Ukrainesels, and Ray and Berezny. And you'll see that in a second here. Boom. Okay, so this is absolutely nuts. This is absolutely nuts. The fact that these numbers are showing this is phenomenal, and the Lord showed me how this works. It's crazy. Now watch this. Ready? So in this 300, again, just like the movie 300, okay, just like the Watchmen, the movie Watchmen, when it has the comedian who is Zelensky, who was a comedian before he was the president of Ukraine. He died. He's going to die in the very beginning. And green means go, and the flag in Ukraine is yellow and blue, and yellow plus blue. Yellow and blue is green. Green means go. It's the beginning of all this stuff on 5/3, telling us it's about to begin on 5/4 and 5/5. Okay, and in the movie Watchmen, the poster is blue and yellow. To combine them together, you got green. In the beginning of the movie, the comedian is killed in room 300. And the movie 300 is about the 300th lumation of the moon. So the moon basically is, when it turns completely black as a new moon, it's called a lunation. And there's in the millennium, this is the 300. This last eclipse was the 300th lunation, and I've shared that in previous videos here recently. You'll see that if you've seen those or watched those, including the signs of Jonah and everything like that. It's all in there. Okay, so 300 is hiding 366. Okay, 366 is 312, and why is that important? Because the 53rd, or sorry, in this situation, the 53rd day of the year in 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, had 312 days left over. So I'm just putting the 53 just to show you that this is the 312 days left over, and that would match with the 53rd day of the year with 312 days left over. I'm just putting this up here to show you that this means hiding 312 days left over, and that's February 22nd. Well, they invaded them in our time, United States, in the 23rd. and then, but it was the 24th over there, but it was also the 22nd here because and I'll show you this in a second. Well, let me show you here how, it's the 53rd. So 222 is the 53rd day of the year with 312 days left over. So again, I put the 53rd day of the year up here, 312, and that is 222, like I show you right there. But why did I have 222? Because they invaded on 223 our time. Because it's a 2-day process, like we shared, 22nd, 23rd. Because Biden says the invasion is beginning. He said it on February 22nd. Biden says Russia is beginning an invasion of Ukraine. See, he started the beginning. He said at the beginning. See, 22nd, 23rd. It's always a 2-day thing. And it's every single time. And it's about the time here because we're dealing with the destruction of Babylon. And then outside events are showing it's coming here. And once Babylon's gone, then the world is on a completely different clock. But Babylon's got to be taken out first. And that's all in the Bible. Babylon is taken away, destroyed in 1 hour, and that's when the nukes go off. And by the way, Iran's going to be a big part of that in destruction. It'd be the big part of the end of the United States and Russia. But Iran, and one of the former leaders was Rouhani, which former leaders, former chief, the big sheikh or the big whatever his name is, whatever you call him. His last name was Rouhani, and that backwards that's in an hour. In an hour. Anyway, I've shared that many times. It's crazy. What you can't make this stuff up. Okay, so now we're going here. So we have this represents hiding the 312 days left over, and that means that's the 53rd day of the year with 312 days left over, and that's what that is. And then now let's look at this number. 240 is 204. Just switch the 4 and the 0. And then 204 is 20, and 4 is made up of 2 and 2. So we literally have the day with 312 days left over is 222 in 2022 is the 53rd day of the year. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So that's all pointing to this day, which is that. Okay, so the 53rd day of the year with 312 days left over in 2022 is 2/22/2022. Okay, so that's all in here. It's hopefully you're following that. Okay, and to support that even more, this also shows the biggest attack that's coming. So 2/22 that Biden said it was beginning, and then it actually happened on 2/23, a 2-day process. Again, the biggest attack is predicting the future event, which is what? Hopefully you saw it before. The 53rd day of the year is hiding 5/3. May 3rd is what I'm saying about Ukraine. 5/3. And then what's this backwards? Boom, 5/3. 53rd day of the year is hiding May 3rd. Hello, it's right in front of our faces. And then what's this? Backwards, it's 2. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3rd of May, 24. I mean, are you kidding me? And then now watch, there's even more here. So again, we have this. We have this date shown right here. If we just look at these two right here, it's 312 days, the day with 312 days left over, and we're not even, we just know it's that, but we're just going to say the day with 312 days left over is that day, and then that is the year of that day. So we got those two together. Now we just, by inference, we know, hey, this is 53rd day of the year, is that, and then we know this is also right here, it's 24, 53rd day of 24, and I just showed you right there, it's right there, 53rd day of 24, hidden in that. It's right there. And then what's this? 1800, or 1 plus 800. So you can make these numbers that are right by each other. You can make them one, like I can make that 5, 4, and then take away the 0. Or I can make that 1, 8, and then take away the 0, or 1, 8, 0, whatever. So there's some kind of version of this, and it's just knowing what it is, or having other information, and then this corroborating that somehow. Okay, so, but look, this is 1 plus 800. And is this a massive coincidence that, bam, the day that Biden said was the day they were going to invade, to the day that they're actually going to invade, 5/3, which is right here, 5/3/24, and then February 22nd, 2022, which is right here, which is in this, and that's right here, is 801 days, or 1 plus 800, 801 days. And it's in Gematria right here in Russia invades Ukraine, and there's more. Watch. Now we're going to take this. 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 8. 4, 8 is the eclipse day. It doesn't have a year right here, but you have a year over here, okay? And you have a year right here. So who knows what that is? And I'm going to show you. Boom, watch. Now we got this. 1 plus 44, take away the 0. 1 plus 44. What's that? Boom. February 22nd, 2022, when Biden said that the invasion begins. to April 8th, 22, that same year. So April 8th, or right here, 2022, we have right here. Okay, so it's right here, and this and that right here. To that is 45 days. 1 plus 44 is 45. It's right there. See? 801 and 45 right here. And now we got one more. See, that's how this is that. That's the color right there. And then we have April 8th, 2022, April 8th, 2022. 45 days right there. 45 days right there. Should have made that color. Anyway. Okay, and then boom, last one. We're going to take this 312. In 312 is hiding. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then 2. Or 24 backwards. Then over here, we can also be, well, let's do this one right here. So we got in 14 is you can decompress 14 into 7 plus 7 and 4, and then get rid of the 0. Boom. Okay, now watch. And then in 1800, anything at 92 stays the same, so you get rid of the 1 and the 8 is a 9. And then we have the 0, 0 is really O and O, which is 6 and 6. And 6 plus 6 is 12. Again, we're compressing numbers to get to 12. And then rule of cloud, we can take away a 1. So what do we have right here? We literally have February 24th, 2024. So February, right here, February 24th. And then we have 2024 right there. Sorry, it's 2022. Sorry, it's right there. It's right across. Sorry, February 24th, 2022 to April 8th, 2024 is 774 days, or 774 days. Do you see that? Again, February 24th, 2022 to February 8th, 24 is 774 days. 774 days. And that's all in these Gematria versions of Russia invades Ukraine. And all these different time frames are in that. That's incredible. Now, this will blow your mind. So that town of Ray that's in Ukraine, Nuxels, Ukraine, right? Or Nuxels Ray is in Ukraine. Okay, I'll just say Nuxels because I put it in code, basically. But it's a duo town because Berezny is a little bit bigger, but Ray is pretty small. And so I literally went to their website, their joint website, and they kind of put them together. But Ray is also independent in a sense, so is Berezny, whatever. But they kind of put them together as a compound word. So that's how, one of the ways I found, I'm like, this is what they're going to hit. And Ray by itself. But watch this. So those two together, and I'm going to do this one separate. Watch this. So remember we have the 129. 1 from 2 nines, or the eclipse day of 1 from 2 nines, or 99. And 1 from that, 1 minus 2 nines is 98, or 99. Okay, hope that makes sense. The eclipse day to 26 days later. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. I'm just going to say it. The eclipse day, 26 days later, 62 backwards, 26 days later is 5. 2 plus 1 is 3, 5, 3. The eclipse day plus 26 days later is 5, 3. And that's when that's going to get hit. Now let's look at Ray by itself. Okay, what do we have here? Again, we have 8, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 16 plus 8 is 24. Again, the exact date of the eclipse, 8th of April, 24. 8th of April, 3 plus 1, and 16 plus 8 is 24. 8th of 8 plus 26. Now, this time it's not backward, but there is backwards. That plus 26 is 53. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is a little bit more coded. This is right in your face. I mean, if you can't see that 8, 4, 24 is that and plus 26, and that ends up being equal, and that's 5, 3. I mean, there's no way. There's no way that could be. And then all the things I've been saying, they're all in there. Bam. Okay, hello, McFly. Hello, is this thing on? Hello. Okay, now I'm just going to take an event from 5:11 and 5:12. Okay, I could do it on all my events. In fact, I've done it on all my events and other things. I've even taken random things that are going to be affected. Like, for example, the One World Freedom Tower is going to be destroyed in the tsunami, and One World Freedom Tower equals, you got the eclipse day plus 34 days, and it's going to be equal 5:12. All this stuff. I mean, I could do all this stuff. It's crazy. But so Honolulu, Hawaii. So that's the birthplace of Stinky BO, supposedly. I don't think it really is, but But supposedly, it doesn't matter because it's his birth and it's going to be his death, and also it's going to be destroyed. So it's birth and death, birth and death. So part of the death is its destruction. So why is it going to be destroyed by a massive tsunami that's basically created right there from a Russian submarine that's going to hit it, but it's going to look like at first like Kilauea blew and went and created a massive tsunami. It's going to look natural, but then later it's going to be realized that it wasn't. Okay, but anyway. Man, my nose is messing with me right now. Allergies right now. It's a lot of things going on, a lot of rain, and a lot of, well, when the rain stops and all the things are blooming and all this stuff's going on, the stuff in the air. So, anyway, so we have, again, right here we have, so that's going to be destroyed, okay? And that's also his birth, and is also birth and destruction, okay? So anyway, now watch. So that's 84, or 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8, and 4, 84. Or, like I said, this even proves even more. 1, 2, 5 plus 4 is 9. 1, 2, 9. 1 from 2 nines is 99, and 1 from that is 1 taken away from 2 nines is 98. Again, 98 daily is April, I'm going to say it again, April 8th, or 2 nines is April 9th, and the rule of cloud take away 1, and it's 2 nines is 99. 99th day of the year is this year is on Eclipse Day. And 4-8. Okay, so whatever. That's, no matter what, that's 2 ways that that's the Eclipse Day. 4-8 and 1-2-9. Got it? Hopefully you got it. Then we're going to go 11, because that reduces down to 11. And then we're going to go 7, and then that's O. 7 and O is 15, so we can go 11 plus 15 is 26, plus 7 is 33. 33. 33 days later from that is 5/11. 6 plus 9 is 15 and 1. 1 and 15, that's hiding. This is hiding 115 or 11/5 or 5/11 backwards. So the eclipse day plus 11 days plus 15 plus 7 days, or a total of 33 days, is 5/11. You can't argue that. That's what it is. Okay, you could argue that this is what I say, but there's some evidences that this is the eclipse day, and I've showed you other ones. Okay, so boom. Next is the other volcano on the other side, off the northern basically the northwest coast of Africa is the Canary Islands, but La Palma Island is where the and I can show you Cumbre Vieja, which is the volcano and all that stuff, but I'm just chose to show you La Palma because a lot of people are familiar with La Palma. Okay, La Palma is the island, but it's all there. They also call it the La Palma volcano, which is not. It's Cumbre Vieja on La Palma Island, but that's how it's all predicted in the program. But everybody knows La Palma. La Palma, and you can use all kinds of variations of this as well, and it comes out as well. But I'm just going to show you La Palma, for example. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6. 66 upside down and backwards is 99. 99th day of the year, the eclipse day, plus 34 days, so backwards is 43, or 34 days, is the 133rd day of the year, and that's only 5/12 on a leap year. 5/12 is the other tsunami day. 5/11, 5/12. 5/11 for tsunami on the west coast. 5/12 for tsunami on the east coast. It's just a time zone difference. It has to do with the days. Okay. Wow. Bam. Are you kidding me? Did you hear this? Okay. Anyway. Oh, whoa. Well, okay. Wow. I had an extra slide in there. Anyway, 1 Thessalonians 5:18 basically is the basic crux of 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Again, 5:18 is 5:18, right? 5:18 is May 18th either begins the tribulation or it's the end of my timeline into the. It's either one. But 5:18 in everything give thanks. I just bring this all the way around to giving thanks at the end of my video. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and we'll see in a couple days. And if it's not, it may be at the end of May. May start on the 18th/19th, like this right here, or we'll have a 16 days start in a couple days, and then this will kick off the tribulation. So anyway, it's a perfect way to give thanks. I love it. I was looking for a 5:18 scripture, and then when it said thanks, I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for giving thanks. So I try to do giving thanks to the Lord and everything. I give thanks at the end of my videos to all the people. I'm going to give first thanks, okay? I always give thanks to the Lord all the time, privately, so I don't necessarily need to do it publicly, but I feel like I want to do it right now. I want to give thanks to Lord Jesus and my Father in heaven, who are just amazing. I just thank you so much for everything you've done for my family and for everybody, just anybody, everybody. Everybody's my family that just believes it all, and even people who just love it all. If you love it all and you're not selfish, when love overrides selfishness, that's good, more than selfishness overriding love. Okay, that's the problem. That selfishness ends up overriding love, and that becomes evil. The more selfishness overrides love, the more evil you become. And so I believe that my love overrides more of my selfishness than it ever has been in my life, and it's getting better and better. So that's a better indication of how loving you are and how good you are. But I have selfishness. I mean, and that's burning away from me. The older I get, the more loving I get, the more Christ-like I become. The more I hang out with Jesus, and He rubs off on me. He's like, you become who you hang out with. Like the Bible says, bad company corrupts good character, and good company makes you a saint. Makes you a saint. I mean, the better the company over time, especially. I mean, if you're hanging out with Jesus all the time, and the Father, I mean, it's just like, are you kidding? It'll make you better and better, and it'll challenge you and make you better. It'll make you go through stuff to make you better. I mean, all the bad and all the good make you better that you do with the Lord. So, anyway, I want to thank Him. I want to thank just everybody who's ever given to this ministry, financially, and man, prayer is huge. Thank you for praying for me and my family. Thank you for giving positive comments. Thank you for sharing this video specifically now, and anything in the past. I mean, just thank you. The people who are given to this ministry in all forms, like I said, money, prayer, everything. Thank you. I'm on my knees thanking you, because this has got to get out to more and more people, and I pray it would get as many people as possible before it happens, so people can be warned and change their hearts and before it's too late. That's what it's about. It's about coming to Jesus before it's too late. And it's massively huge. You need to know that you need Him. You cannot do this by yourself. You cannot live life by yourself without the one who knows life. You just cannot. You cannot. Okay, and I cannot. I went from being pretty much dead, and He saved me from dying a few times, and being addicted and all kinds of stuff, to being free, having a family with 4 kids and a wife, and being blessed, and having this ministry to just warn people. It's tough. I mean, I want to see the Lord. I really do, and hopefully it comes soon. In a lot of ways, I'm just thankful. So, thank you so much. I will leave it at that. And I'll just say, I wasn't going to say something, but I just feel like if you're able to give, I appreciate it. I think we could be right there, but if we're not, I'm going to need some resources. Everything's going up. As I shared, my rent went up by like $300-400, whatever it is. It's crazy. Everybody's stretched. A lot of people are stretched. Everything's, getting horrible. It's just ridiculous. If you're able to give, I have links in the description box below for PayPal and even Zelle Pay. Sign up at ZellePay.com. It's free. It doesn't cost you no charge like PayPal charges and things like that. So if you're able to, great. If you feel led and all that, we really could use it and appreciate it. Family of 6, it's not easy with all the stuff going through, and I completely rely on this. That's it. The Lord told me, I want you to completely rely on me and the gifts of the viewers and everything, and that's it. And you're going to trust me, and I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to provide for you, and I'm going to bless those who provide for you. Between Him and me, between them and me, He said. So I don't even get into the benefits of all that and everything, or why would you give it to me and all that stuff, and it would benefit you. And all these people do, like televangelists are like, well, give me $1,000 and you're going to be wealthy beyond belief. And, if you give it to me, you're going to have 10,000 in your bank account tomorrow and all that stuff. I mean, I don't get it. Even though you're going to be blessed, and I know that's true, and God's going to multiply what you have and all that, I don't get into that, because I just don't. I just know that He is going to take care of it for you if you take care of what He wants you to take care of. So if you feel led, only if you feel led to give, please give. We need it. We could use it all the time. And this allows me to keep doing what I'm doing. And even though we've always scraped by to some degree, so it's always some kind of a scrape. I've worked for myself, and I've had, made 80,000 a year, or even almost 100,000 a year at certain years, or that I've had years where I worked for a nonprofit and I made nothing, but I was just there to minister and to heal and to do whatever He had me to share, to bring some people to the Lord and whatever. And I'm a vehicle for Him to drive me wherever He needs to take me. It's been like that for like 30 years now. So anyway, long story, all that. I'll just leave it at that. I thank you so much. God bless you. Hopefully this is blowing your mind to some degree, and hopefully stuff starts kicking off soon, I think. So we'll leave it at that. Just okay, this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.